Looks like a late start on Boings, or did my stream just... Nope, frames just dropped. Ooh yeah, but we're still going. It's just a slideshow for now on Boing's end, which is fine. You know, Earthbound is beloved by a lot of the runners and a lot of people, so you know, the longer it takes, you know, people can like absorb the stuff that they love in a slideshow. You know, Boing's offering that experience. All right, here we go. It smoothed itself. No, this is on Boing though. I love Boing. So in the meantime, we'll focus on Mole's stream. You know, eventually wait for Boing's frames to like even out. Mole's already grabbed the crack bat from his sister's room. Now is making her way up to top of the hill to talk to Pokey. It's gonna be right outside the meteor. You know, tells Nance like, you know, there's something going on here. All the cops are here. Me, the wonderful Pokey, is gonna check this out. You probably just want to go home, so you're not in anybody's way. Oh, okay, here we go. It's evened out. They look to be... Boing's a little bit behind. Hold on. No, he might actually be the same. Let me see if I can rebuffer on my end. Okay, no, they're looking to be about the same. Paula's the hero Eagle Land needs. Yeah. Finding it a little bit easier to keep pausing on my end for Boings. Some mashing here for both runners. You just want to be mashing L button and A because the dialogue option comes up. You want to say yes. When you talk to mom, it takes you back to your room, and you get dressed, and that's pretty much when the exciting stuff happens. You know, just the first 4.5 minutes, not even 4.5, like a little bit under that. It's just walking and talking to people. Bring on the RNG. Bring on the enemies. Slam. Beep. That's great. Alright, let's check what Mole has. Snake at the beginning, not bad. Do a quick little stutter by it. Let's also pause on Boings. Ooh, some great stutters for Mole. That crow's interesting, but she got it. That was a really good hill climb for Mole. Boing's not too bad. I think he had that one dog that he had to despawn in the snake. But overall, a good hill climb for both runners. just gotta mash L and A button here just because another dialogue comes up. You want to say yes. I haven't mistakenly said no here, and I think that's a good thing. I think Buzz just repeats himself, which is not good. Samal's gonna make her way down, and I think Boing's a little bit behind. Yeah, no, I'm caught up on Boing's stream, so he's fine now. They're both gonna make their way down. Of course, they're gonna stop and grab the bread roll in the gift box because they're gonna need it for the Pogo Punks before Frank. As they return home, Starman Jr. is gonna come down. RNG Jr., more like it. All you pretty much have to do is auto fight and just hope for the best. So Starman, you want to see him do guard or freeze alpha, not fire alpha though, because it wastes time with all the dialogue. Buzz getting a 103 on Mole's side, which is good. .107 for Boing, so they're getting good Buzz attacks. The 89 didn't kill Starman, but luckily Pokey was able to get the kill. Or no, Picky, sorry. Pokey doesn't attack during this fight. A nice 7 smash. Very similar fights. That was interesting. Both got 2-turn Starmans, basically, even though Picky was the one that killed Starman for both of them. First turn, 100, second turn in the 80s. Larna. It's great. Alright. This is basically the start to a wonderful first 28 to 30 plus minutes of Onet. Onet's fine. Onet is a glorious place, you know. Probably dealt with some of the worst early bosses, I would say. Wow. Mole with that crazy, I would assume that's like more of a Taz talk or maybe a Manep talk. Pretty far away from that boy to get the Mr. Baseball Cap. Oh, Naz free. Stop that. No, okay. Let's see the follow-up. You were right. You right. So the runners are going to want to make their way to the drugstore and pull out $40 because they need to buy a T-ball bat, a baseball cap, and sell the Mr. Baseball Cap they just got for $99 and then buy the cheap bracelet. Also first Pogo Punk, yeah. So what Mole's doing here is she's walking down the street here in the middle because if you do a certain pattern, walk into the arcade, you're going to despawn any sharks. Ah, she's gonna go ahead and get the can of fruit juice as well. Which is good to grab, it's for safety. So getting a charge hit first. Ooh. It was kind of a violent Pogo Punk. Boing didn't grab the fruit juice though. Went straight to the fight. See how the second Pogo goes. 2 turn. Some high damage rolls there. Some high damage rolls for Boing too. These runs seem very similar. A miss for Mole on the first turn for Yes Man. Otherwise, not a bad fight. Frames happening on Boing's side. I missed the fight for Yes Man. Now the Frank fight. So for the Frank fight, it's pretty much, you know, the same, or it's pretty much, what's the word I'm looking for? Erythium is in chat, he can help me out. Scripted. Well, it's not scripted, sorry. You basically, what you want to do is, first turn you want to bash, unless you're already low health because you forgot the heal. Nice smash from Mole. But if he does any damage to you, you want to go ahead and do a life up. So basically, you rinse and repeat between the 2 turns. Bash, life up, bash, life up. Ooh, an interesting auto fight on. Ooh. Nice Frankenstein fight for Mole. See how Boing's goes. Boing did get a tear through, so he needs to heal. He's going to use a burger. Nice smash. This is pretty fun race already. I know it's Molly, but I'm just saying Mole. I can change though. Boing's gonna go ahead and decide to get the Frank healed though, because he has no psychic points to heal himself, and he's lower health than usual. So Maul's going to leave the town hall, make her way back to drugstore, because she's going to need about 140 here. Now, people normally pick out different amounts, but if you pick out 140 here, this should be a good amount to where if you have to get burgers on the way back after Titanic Ant, you don't have to go back to the drugstore and hit the ATM machine. I have to thank Erythium for helping me with that. So in the burger shop, they're going to buy about 5 burgers if they didn't use any for Frank or Frankenstein. 6 burgers if they did. Alright, now Maul is going to go ahead and enter this cave. And this is where we need to do a little slug grind before heading up to fight Titanic Ant. So Nest at this moment is level 5. We want to be level 8 before getting to Titanic Ant because we need Rocket, which we learn at level 8. So we kill two slugs to get to level 6, 10 slugs to get to level 7, and then 22 slugs to reach level 8. The safest way is by staying on the first floor, finding 4 packs of slugs. You can start moving up, but on the second floor is where they introduce an enemy known as the Antoid, and Antoids are bad. You don't want to fight Antoids. Did Boing get a bunch of single ones? Boing got like a 4-pack of just singles. That is awesome. But yeah, you don't want to go on the second floor because they introduce an Antoid, which they start hitting you a lot harder than slugs do, and they can call for help, and that fight can just go on forever, or they can kill you. But when they reach around maybe 16 plus slugs, unless they're at 18, they can actually make their way up to the 3rd floor where they can spawn a 6-pack of slugs. Normally, if you see runners doing that, they like to fill for a specific amount of lag, because the more enemies that are on screen, the more lag you're going to feel. A nice little solo for Maul here. Alright, there's a level 7, so that's showing that she's at least level 7. Or she has at least 10. She's at least level 7. You are level 7. I think that means she's level 7, guys. Boing not having any luck right now oh, there was a solo, boy. Missed a solo slug. Maybe he's not going for solo slugs though. Here we go. Maul is gonna go ahead and go up to the 3rd floor to fight the 6-pack. Or get a 4-pack. I wonder if that's good. Maul's a good runner. Maul has been running this a long time. So I assume she knows how much she has. So taking this fight would probably level her up. The life up because the auto fight. Alright, quick 4-pack for Boing on the 2nd floor. Oh, that didn't level her up. Oh, nice quick 4-pack too. Overall, it looks like they're both getting about the same KO. Which is pretty exciting and pretty good to see in a race. Alright, Maul is level 8 now. I missed her offense. But she knows how much she should do. Ooh. That's a 6-pack. This could be bad. Yeah, Rithium, hit up that knowledge about the run percentage from this. Oh. Okay, Boing got in a 6-pack too, so 5-pack. Alright, interesting. At this point, it probably would have been easier for Maul to actually attack. Ooh, some bees. Ah, there we go. Manip! Maul! No. That might be an Antoid. Yes. Okay. Oh, nice smash against it, though. Alright, so Maul does know that she's at 23 offense. This is why she's stuttering in these rooms. So if you're... When you look at when you level up to level 8, you want to check the number you get for offense. That was a close stutter for Boing. If you get 2, you most likely are sitting at... Ooh, Boing! You're most likely sitting at 23. If you get 3 or 4, you might want to check. Because I think 4 is about 50%. You might have it. Boing just needs to rock in here. I guess he's not going to rock in. Alright, I saw a 91 on Maul's Ant. 83 though. 2 good rolls. Not bad. Oh, he was able to get away. Nice. But if you get like 5 offense, you most likely are sitting at 24, which would kill single Antoid fights. Alright, it looks like Maul's Ant got a shield. Hence why Ness is doing less damage. Oof. That's death. That's a death on Maul's side. That's rough to happen. Hello?
Alright, so an ant death is pretty brutal.
Yes.
It's about a 6-minute time long. Depends on how quickly you can get back up there.
Yeah, that smash did not help her at all. But Boing successfully getting past his ant, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Fuzzy Pickles, by the way, everybody.
So after level 5, I believe it is, all of these spawns outside will just kind of run away from you.
Yes.
I have to load up the multi-twitch real quick.
The dog got stuck on a pixel.
So the problem with dying to ant is it kind of depends on how many burgers you've used. If you've used too many, you're going to have to buy more, and that's extra time loss. I didn't get to see how she died, unfortunately, so I'm guessing she didn't use too many burgers, if any.
I can't remember. I think she did use a few, so I think she's just gonna go for it. But
So
Maul's, like I said, Maul has been running this a long time. She kind of knows how to handle a situation. If she felt like she was short burgers, then she would have gone back. So I think she's feeling really comfortable about going straight back into the fight.
Yeah, definitely. Something to consider though is when you take the full heal with Mom, you have the choice of just, like, if you're just getting pincered or something, taking the battle, rocking it out, and just moving on and grabbing a butterfly. Some people will choose to omit grabbing that full heal and just go for the butterflies up top. It's also an option. It really depends on how comfortable you are with stuttering and despawning. So Boing is going to be making his way to the Cop Gauntlet. You ideally want to go in there with about 5 burgers. Some people will go in with just 6 minimum. They don't care.
Yeah, that's why he pulled up the menu to check how many burgers he had. I think he's sitting on about 6, so he's feeling confident about it.
What's the minimum you think you would go in with?
5.
5?
I know some people like to play a little bit more risky, and so if they see 4, they'll be fine with that.
In
But
a
like,
race environment, yeah, it's not worth the risk.
yeah. So I would go in 5.
Ooh, she caught that at the last second there. They do hide on the decorations on the floor there, like the little pebbles and whatnot.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful. I like to, at least stutter just like one time to see if anything moves. And I mean, usually you're gonna have something in there you're gonna see, but if there's nothing there, you really want to pay attention.
So Boing's jumping right into his cop fight. Alright, Boing waited for his HP to go down to figure out what he's healing.
So Mal's playing a pretty much textbook, anytime you take, ooh, she really did not have many burgers. This is gonna be a scary fight.
Yeah.
And the shield, oh, that's unfortunate. So I wouldn't really go into Ant with about less than 4 burgers. I mean, that's like the minimum. Ant can go really well or really bad. So she got really lucky there.
Alright.
It's a nice kill. Boingo making his way to the third cop. Cops are pretty straightforward. You got a low roll or a high roll or a smash. The smash isn't too common. It usually happens when you're about 55 HP and you decide to take a risk. And you end up with like 15 HP.
Yeah.
Most people are going to have a little bit of trouble trying to mash out anything lower than like a 23. So it looked like she may have been checking her money. She needs to go buy more burgers now.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So what do you heal with like a burger? Like what do you feel is an acceptable range for healing on a cop?
For a cop, if you're newer to the run or you're not so used to the fights in general and you just want to play a little bit safer, normally you would probably want to heal if you get under 60. But as you continue to get, more comfortable with the game and knowing the fights, knowing what their damage range is, going under 55 is when you can use a burger. If never do a life up unless you're under 40. And then, like, even then, you probably want to wait for a specific cop, anyways, to do that. Like, you don't want to do that at the beginning.
Alright, so he's taking strong down. 28-17 he split. That's a pretty good O-net time. Anything under 30 minutes is excellent. So Mal's gonna be making her way to the drugstore. She's going to have to withdraw some money and buy some burgers. Now, we'll see if she decides to go with 6. Oh, is she...
She's going for it.
Okay. That's not recommended. I mean, it's possible you can get through there. You would just use 4 life ups rather than using like burger.
Putting on a show for people. I like it.
It's risky, and it's not really race safe to do that. I would not do it in a race myself, but
right.
She's confident in doing it. Ideally, what you're wanting is at least 1 burger drop and at least 1 smash. If you don't get either of those, yeah, it's a tough time. So Boingo here, he's going to be making his way down to the department store. He's got to make a safety save, which will be setting up a death warp for later, and withdrawing right around 530. Depends on what you have. Some people withdraw 500. I prefer to withdraw a little extra, so that way if I have to do shopping, I'll end up with 199 or more when I do the shopping in 3'd.
Right.
So that way when you die and you lose half, you'll have at least 100. So she's gonna have to play a little bit risky. That's too risky. Too risky.
Oof.
I'm wondering if she overmatched that or if that was like a calculated risk, hoping for an outspeed.
All she really needs to do is get like at least 1 safety burger drop.
Ouch. That's gonna be a death.
Oof.
Now a cop death isn't too bad. You're gonna lose a few minutes, but ant death is probably the biggest time loss because of the fact that you have to go, around a bunch of enemies to get there.
The only issue though with a cop death is that like you could, if you're in the later part of the cop fights or you're on strong and you take a death, you don't necessarily start at that fight. You have to do the whole gauntlet over again. So you can take that really bad death on strong, and then when you go back, you have to fight the cop again, or like you have to fight all 4 again before strong, and it gets rough. It's a pretty bad hurdle for people who are like new to Earthbound.
So you can either take the full heal at home, or you can choose to go to Frank. It's really runner decision there.
I wonder if she just goes straight to cops again.
It looks like she might be going to buy some burgers now.
Yeah. Dealing with 4 cops and strong with like no burgers may be a problem.
So Boing's gonna be doing some story trigger stuff, making his way up here. You're gonna see he's gonna walk up to like the last grass patch in this little area, and he's gonna turn around. That's a risk you can take right there. That one's gonna get stuck as soon as you try to go around the rock. Oh, nope, it moved. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Oof. And nice movement from Boing there. That could have been a fight waiting to happen.
Yeah, that can get a little scary.
Let me get a pause on Boing's stream. There we go, I fixed it.
Alright, so back into the cop gauntlet. Got burgers now. Should be playing it textbook safe. Cops can be a bit rough. I mean, you could either take that risk or just finish up your burgers. It doesn't matter if you use them all. There's a burger on the way you can grab.
Yeah.
It's really like when you do manipulation and when you learn like the top level strats, you kind of have that muscle memory of, you know, oh, this is okay. I've done this. Ouch, did she just use the burger? Nope, ATM card.
Ooh.
Ah, that's gonna be another death.
Yep.
Yeah, that's rough. You gotta go a little bit slow when you have a full inventory. There's a lot of lag there you don't really anticipate because you don't usually have that many. It looks like Boing froze on me as well.
If you give it a pause, it should fix itself. Boing's gonna go ahead and talk to the Apple Kid here to get the pencil eraser, which is what he's gonna need to get past that weird pencil statue in PRV.
Which path do you take to get to Apple Kid?
Right where, I don't know if these characters have names, but it's very similar to what the path Boing is taking.
So you go above the buildings?
Yes, but I don't go. He's going above the trees behind the buildings.
I wasn't like, you know, the exact. I'm just saying, do you go above or do you go below? Some people walk below the buildings and then they'll come back up into it. If you're gonna walk below the buildings, you might as well go all the way left and come into the back side. And that would allow you to just talk to Apple Kid right there. You don't have to deal with all the lag that's in there. Okay. That's actually what we do for like the new manipulation routes.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's going to be faster to go behind the buildings because it's like a straight shot through.
Alright, it seems that Boing's stream has died.
Yes, it looks that way.
Yeah. Just playing the last second or so.
Alright, so she's going to be going back in here and...
There we... Oh, no,
Let's hope she can anticipate that menu lag. It's pretty bad. Oh, starting out with an auto fight. I would recommend doing a bash first and then go into an auto fight because you don't really know if he's going to crushing chop, because if he does, you kind of have to cancel out of it and heal right away. So you always want to go in with a bash first, and then if you're still, you know, high enough HP, it'd be okay to do an auto fight then.
Right. You did get a good smash on the cop there.
Something else you want to kind of do is count your HP. If you're like 50-something HP and you get hit at 30, keep in mind, you know, I'm going to burger and then how much this burger heals. It's going to put me to that point. Do I need a burger again? Ooh, and so 22 HP. It can be mashed out. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's risky, but okay, that helps a lot. That level up was perfectly timed. So she's choosing to just finish up the burgers instead of using a life. You don't really want to do that because even though you're just trying to get rid of the burgers, you're going to end up in that life up loop, just constantly healing the damage you're taking. You don't want to do that because then you're just going to be burning up burgers for no reason.
Yeah.
Alright, so one more cop and then strong. She's probably going to just rock in this one and then just rock in strong. Yeah, that's what I anticipated here. So this was a bit of a calculated move here. They have 74 HP and Rockin' can do 80 to, plus or minus 50%.
Yeah.
So the odds are pretty high you're going to end up killing. Strong has 135, I believe, or 140 HP. So you want to do... Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's
She's
a rough
going to
start.
be... Oh, with the miss. That was perfect. You want to hit at least 70 each hit. And a boiled egg, okay. 1 out of 130 or 1 out of 32 drop.
Nice. Give that boiled egg to
Where is
Applegate.
Boing? It looks like Boing went offline. I'm guessing his internet died on him. I'm sure he's still in. I'm hoping he's local recording at least.
Boing was having
Okay, he's
issues.
back up now.
Yes, he's back.
So it looks like Boing made it through PRV. Yeah, forgot to split at the pencil. That's fine. And he stepped on Sneck. Why did he step on Sneck? He knows
It's calculated. Better. It's calculated. If stream goes offline, step on Sneck, he's gonna get a really good car painter.
Yeah, definitely. So she could choose to grab this burger here, which I would definitely do that because she took so many deaths. She's gonna have less money now, and use the boiled egg on Applegate.
Right, if you use all your burgers there and you don't get any food, grabbing that burger on the way there, pretty much kind of mandatory. I don't know if there's anything else that you can grab, but
I don't think so.
Yeah, so you definitely, if you're low of food, you don't have anything, grab that burger for Applegate because you might have to, if you forget, you'll probably have to stop at a shop and get like just something.
If you don't grab it, you're blocked and you decide to just move on, you can actually stop at that baker in Berglund Park and just buy a cookie for like $7.
Good job, Maul, for remembering to save here.
So Boing's going to be doing one of the more difficult fights here. He's going to be doing the shack fight. Now the idea is you're going to just rockin' and you're going to hope it kills them all. And if it doesn't, and there's 2 cultists left, you want to rockin' again. If it's just one cultist, bash the cultist, and then if the crow is still alive, bash the crow last. Take the time it's going to take for him to steal your stuff. Don't worry about it. You can pick up more food. You want to get rid of the cultists because they will call for help.
Yeah. Well, looks like on Boing's end, while it's a slideshow, looks like the Rockin' did kill one of the cultists and the crow. Got one of the other cultists like close, I think.
So that's a pretty ideal battle here. Afterwards, you just use a burger and heal up. So he's gonna be making his way into HQ here. He apparently still hasn't split. And you're gonna have to fight a cultist in there. Do you want to go ahead and explain that cultist? What would you do in that situation?
Cultist is...
Ooh, that was not good.
Ooh! Dang. The cultist for Boing, if he plays it like any other runner, basically. If it's a solo fight, you just want to bash. You know, if you get some good bash rolls, you can kill him in about 2 turns, more or less around 3. However, the cultist can call for help, and if that happens, you just want to go ahead and use one of your rockets that you have available. Because you don't want to be in this fight for long. In this situation with Boing, first turn, cultist called for help. Just go ahead and cast a rockin'.
Now, if you look on Mole's screen here, you can see that she's got a mushroom on her head. I don't know the exact number, but I think it's about once every minute. It'll rotate your controls 90 degrees. And continue moving the right direction, just rotate your controller. You'll see she's gonna sell it to this lady here in PRV right at the entrance for $50.
Now for Boing is sitting at about 103 going into the car painter fight, and that's good because you don't have to worry about healing for about like 2 turns. But if you get that lucky car painter and he dies in the first turn, you get both those lightnings to go off. That's pretty bad.
Ideally, you want to go into that fight with about 50 HP.
Yeah.
There's different strategies. Some people will choose to not use Rockins because they don't realize it. Some people will use a Rockin on the first turn, hoping for that double reflect Rockin kill. I don't recommend that. It's very rare for it to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally what you're going to do is bash the first turn, and then every other turn afterwards, Rockin until you have no psychic point. And then you're going to want to hope for like turn 4, which is he's going to do another reflect. You want that turn to kill.
It looks like the second cast of lightnings killed car painter, so Boing's sitting at around 59, but he did get a level up. I don't know exactly how much it was, since his bit rate.
It's a bit doo-doo.
Yeah. Cut before it showed, so.
Usually if you take extra cultists, you'll end up getting that vitality up on the cultist battle. But it can really vary. If you only get like 1, usually you'll get that vitality up on car painter, and you don't want that. I mean, would you rather go for the mole even with high HP, or would you rather go to PRV, lose the 13-second time walk, and then go for like an enemy that's going to kill you a bit quicker?
Depends on how high. If I'm a little bit over, if I'm around like 70 or a little under 80, I think I would still go mole. If I'm sitting around like 90 or almost max HP, definitely PRV.
Hippie manippy.
Ooh.
I think anything above 70, I just go to PRV and then at least attempt to walk for the life noodles. The life noodles will save you about 30 seconds if you can grab it. It's worth the time loss to just attempt it. Take a battle along the way. Don't try to avoid one.
Yeah. And luckily you can get the one fight with the UFO and the robot. I don't know what it's called. Because they're yeah, I mean, they're the more violent ones in that area. So if you get a fight with both of them, most likely they're gonna beam you down very quickly.
You could get into a tree battle with the sprouts in there, and then try to kill the tree, and then just let it nuke both of your players. That's an option. Boing going in here for the death warp, and he's not finding a mole. Okay, found one. So pretty much just ATM card on Ness, bash with Paula. You want to bash with Paula, you don't want to defend, because the mole can just kind of mess around, and you want to bash him out of that. You don't want him to just constantly not know what to do and confuse himself.
Yeah. But at this point, Ness is at 8. I think you could just defend.
I think it's about 15. Once you hit about 15, you can start defending. There it is. So that was a pretty good death warp for his HP. So Mal's going to be making her way to Happy Happy. PRV is probably the most dangerous area you can walk through. Now with skill, you can get through here pretty conveniently. Like, it's not as dangerous as people make it out to be when you know what you're doing.
Right.
There are a couple places you can get pincered, and it's not fun when it happens, but usually you can handle most of the RNG that's kind of thrown at you. So she's handling this pretty well. Looks like she's going for optimized movement rather than playing it a bit safe. I mean, I can respect that. She's trying to save up some time here. So the trees are They're not very fast. You can get around them generally as long as the area is open enough. I mean, some people will play it safe and just despawn them. It's really kind of judge it as it is in the moment type thing. Do you want to commentate on what Boink's doing?
Yeah, right. Boing is. So what happened after the death warp for Boing? Oof, that's a bad. Okay, as long as that other diamond enemy didn't join the fight. So what Boing did after the death warp is that he went to the ATM. He pulled out extra money. I don't know why he did this, because really you just won 100. The reason you won 100 is that since Paula is dead, you can't really get the backstage pass or start that scene in Polestar without Paula alive. You take that 100 and go to the hospital to revive her. You grab the backstage pass, or not backstage, but sorry. Grab the backstage pass from one of the Runaway Five members, the Luigi one. And then you go to Polestar and have a little scene between Paula and her dad. After that, as you proceed to leave, somebody tells you, hey, Everdread, the guy that we don't deal with until now, has something for you. So we make our way over to Everdread, get the wad of bills, which we are going to need to progress the story and get us out of Tucson.
So if you saw a mole, she decided to use the hamburger instead of a life up. That was a smart decision because you can always replace the food. You don't want to have to go back and get the butterfly. Risky, you got to kind of know like how much HP you've done to the enemy, how much HP it has left, and judge it from there. And it looks like Boing may have gone off.
I'm still getting a few things. It's slow. It's happening very slowly.
Alright, so Mal's gonna be doing pretty much the same thing here. You're gonna rockin', hope it kills at least one of them. If not, rockin' again.
Boing is currently in up. Boing just went offline. He's currently in the Runaway 5 show, though.
So that's a pretty much basically what you're gonna get, shack fight. That's ideal on what's gonna happen. I mean, it's not very often you'll get the trifecta. If you can at least kill one of them with a rockin', you're good. They can call for help, but you already have, you know, 2 rockins lined up waiting for them.
Alright, Boing is back up. Runaway 5 show has ended. So what Boing's gonna do here, just in case you can't tell from the slideshow, which for some people, if they're coming in and not used to speedrun or don't know the route for Boogey percent or what they do in like any percent glitchless, he's going to walk out of the show, but he's going to cut to the left and into the room where this big dude's sitting behind the desk. You're going to give him the wad of bills here, which, you know, he's like, okay, Runaway 5 can go. You know, they don't owe me anything anymore. By doing this allows them to, like, when you walk outside, to be able to talk to the Mario Runaway 5 member. You'd be like, oh, you want to go to 3? You want to say yes, and then, you know, you just watch another quick scene of a bus ride. Boing did do some movement coming out the door there. You'll notice that he cut, like, quickly to the right, standing by the wall, because there's a photo trigger there. I don't know how large it is, but if you continued going down, you would hit it.
So Mal decided she was gonna steal some bananas. If you were to talk to the NPC that's kind of standing right around there after you steal from his cart, he will attack you. Alright, so she was hoping for that, you know, double reflect rockin' damage roll. It didn't happen, but she did get 1, which is good enough. You usually life up between like 90 to 115. So at this point, auto fight, you're gonna hope for the next one. If not, you can cancel it.
Those two didn't hit.
Like, yeah, she's gonna go ahead and. Ooh, nice. Excellent card
Nice
painting.
smash. Boing's up and steady.
So Boing's gonna be heading to the graveyard. It's a pretty risky area. You do want to kind of plan out how you're gonna walk through there based on what you see entering. There are ways to get them stuck on the tombstones and things. You have to kind of feel it out there. You could choose to despawn. It's not very quick. There are, a lot of spawn plates in here, and they will get you if you're not paying attention.
Boing's being
That's
risky
yes, I
here.
would bail out there. That's too many. Ooh, and that fly did not despawn.
It's like an apocalypse of spawns. That was
Now-
way too many.
Yeah, the trash can would have been fine. You could have gotten the trash can stuck on the grave because it's not gonna be able to go through it. But the one that was to the left of it, that fly there, no, that's a no bueno.
Now, if you get what
Ow.
Boing is trying to do, ooh, bad crow fight, but it's just crows. It's okay. Crows aren't gonna kill you here unless you came out car painter with like 4 health. What Boing was doing was he needed to get to the top of the graveyard in order to start that scene with the 2 zombies. Now, on your way out, if you get in a fight and you end up dying, that's okay. It is a time loss, but it's not the end of the world. What happens is that both characters die. The respawn point is right where Runaway 5 dropped you off. And even though Paul is dead, you don't have to go back up there. You can go straight to the hotel because you've already activated that scene. I know for some people they'll be sitting there, like if they haven't never done that before, it's like, oh, do I have to go back up there and activate the zombies? What do I do?
Mal's playing a little bit not like herself there. You don't really want to go up. You want to go below the fence because they can hide behind that tree there. And it's a little risky going up like that. She
Right.
kind of learned the hard way there when she decided to walk straight left instead of going below the fence to walk into the shack. And it's like something you would learn doing the non-manip routes, but when you're doing manipulation, like you only learn a certain walk and you kind of lose all that muscle memory.
Right.
Like a lot of the times in Earthbound, it's not about taking the most optimal path through risky areas. Sometimes it's about taking the safest.
It was a good damage roll on that attack. Killed Paula.
Alright, so she can defend now.
Yeah.
Oh, and the gut save.
There
Alright,
we go.
so they both had pretty good death ward. You can lose a lot of time there when it doesn't kill Ness. The problem with it not killing Ness is if his HP's too high, you're constantly having to use an ATM card. Every time you have to menu, you lose a little bit of time.
And Mom looked at her money here, noticed that she didn't have enough for the hospital. Bunch of Jeff lovers in chat, y'all need to cut that out.
Jeff is the best.
I ain't gonna go on this topic again.
Face it, if it wasn't for Jeff, the speedrun would not be any fun. You'd just be doing freezes to every boss.
You're probably right, yeah.
Either that or, without bottle rockets, you could get like the bazooka. I think the hyper beam or whatever it's called does some damage.
Right.
Alright, so Boing decided he was going to talk to their teacher. The teacher's like, hey, here's a key. Why don't you go open up the lockers and take the stuff in there? Then you find out it's a bent key, it doesn't work, and then you bring it back and he's like, ha 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 ha, I knew it didn't work.
It's like, why? If you knew it didn't work, why don't you just give me the real key? Jerk. Good old Tony helping Jeff over the fence like a good friend would. Jeff is pay to win, absolutely.
I never thought about that, but that's true.
We actually get our favorite character. This is the best character. I don't know what y'all talk about. We getting our best character right now.
Bubble Monkey is without a doubt the hardest
best.
character to work with because
Best
he-
character.
he will help you in the most inopportune moments. Like, yeah, okay, he'll get you a green swirl, but had he followed you, you wouldn't have been in that fight to begin with.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is where Bubble Monkey fails. Look, if he wasn't there, Jeff could have outsped. The dogfight is usually pretty mild. You just one bash, it dies.
Yeah. And in a racing setting, it's not terrible because it at least has a chance to drop you a bread roll. I don't know the percentage on the bread roll drop.
It's a 50-50, I think.
Okay. The bread roll can help you in Brick Road if you get some bad fights. Mainly the one that you're worried about the most is the first proto. Duck is not bad unless you get some bad rolls. Airframe and Temple got some bad rolls the other day with the Duck. And Proto.
Everdread is up there, though. I mean, Hunter says that he thought we meant Everdread. Everdread gives you $10,000 for nothing. Just, you saved Paula? Here's a big wad of cash. Do with it what you want.
And then, like, in an alternate dimension of Earthbound, Ness gets that wad of cash. He just goes home. Like, he doesn't care anymore. He becomes like, he has so much money. Paying for it now. It's all good, Maul. You know, that's what happens when you go risky.
Yeah, you can't play risky in a race. It just, you end up in those situations where it doesn't work.
Now, she is true in that because, like I said, both these runners are really good. I had a feeling that, like, Boing maybe was still rusty since he hasn't streamed a lot and hasn't played a lot of Earthbound recently. But he's been doing very well. Maybe he's done some off-stream practice. I'm unsure, but
his last race was pretty hard to watch. Like, you know, this guy is really good at this game, and then he hasn't played it in a while, and you watch him race, and it's like, why did you do that kind of thing? And this race, he's completely redeemed himself,
right,
and he's shown why he is a top runner. He's made a couple mistakes, you know, most people make those mistakes, but for the most part, he's played really well. So Boing here is going to be doing a little bit of a weird movement. He's going to move down left towards this cliff. Now, a lot of people will mistake it thinking you have to go all the way to the cliff. There is a little, like the edge of that cliff there that you walk past, you only have to go past that one little edge there. If you go any further, you're wasting time. As long as you walk just past it and walk down, you're perfectly okay. So he's going to be taking on the hardest enemy in Earthbound. Proto can be nice to you, or he can just bombard you with hits. You don't want that. A death there is about, I think about 30 seconds.
You got the call for help.
That's unfortunate. Now, a call for help, you can choose to try to bash it out and kill one of them, or you can choose to defend till about turn 7 and then start running away. That's usually like the most common thing to do. He's dropping frames, so I'm not sure what he decided on.
We'll find out soon. The suspense is killing me.
No, did he die? Did he make it? Oh. Trying to get away. Oh, it looked like
he did! Yay! Don't scare me, Boing.
Me watching Hunter in 3 tunnel. Hunter has some of the worst 3 tunnels. Oh, looks like he's going to get duck skip. Excellent. The duck can be nice to you and he can cooperate right away, or you can just waste 30 seconds trying to set up a duck skip that doesn't happen. And he got second proto skip.
Nicely done. Very
good.
Now, time for Pond Cave, which... Whew, this area is fun. What a great area this is.
Do you choose to stut or anything, or do you just despawn at all?
Depends. Like, my stuttering is not great. So, like, when you watch, like, Daniel or James or some of the better stutterers like go through Bond Cave, they just knock it out. And like, look at Boing. Boing's doing well here. Normally if there's too many though, I will refuse to do it. Like, see,
There are
I
certain
wouldn't even
setups
done
you can.
those. I wouldn't even done those two. I would have just despawned that.
So as you saw, those two were kind of blocking him in. So what he did was he kind of drew them back towards him to get them away from it, and then get them like along the bottom, and then stutter up and around them. That's perfectly okay to do when you're confident in your stuttering ability. Now, I would not have stuttered the first room. It's just not worth it. Most of the time, I think these are 60% spawn plates. You're gonna get something there, and it's just a risk really not worth taking.
Right.
He got fortunate and made it through here. Now he's feeling the pressure. The second room, you can stutter it. I would, like, if it's only like a couple slugs or something, I'd stutter right past.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's gonna choose to go between them. He could have dragged them down towards the
Ooh.
bottom more. That he's taking a fight. Is it? Is he? Oh ho ho!
Oh,
Really good stuttering there.
that is some beautiful stuttering.
Had that one above him moved at all, that would have been all it took. Very, very excellent stuttering. So ideally, you want to have Bubble Monkey lined up with the rope. It's the shortest distance he's going to have to travel. Now, if he stops for some reason, you can continue to walk and then kind of walk up there and then judge when he's going to come back at you. And Jeff can be a little bit away from the rope and still use. So what you could do is have Bubble Monkey kind of fly up to that point and then hit your menu as soon as he's lined up with it. And that way, when he comes back down, he's just going to zoom right over to Jeff, and you've traveled farther than you necessarily needed to go get the bottle rocket.
Alright, so not a terrible
stream.
No, not a bad pawn cave at all for Boing. Whoa!
K-boys are slow. You can usually get around them.
It scares me every time though when they cut.
Unless you're on PB pace, and then you take that risk, and they somehow get those the turbo speed. So Andonuts is like, oh hey, you're my son? I can't believe it. Haven't seen you in 10 years. Would you like a donut? Have you checked out the Stonehenge? Oh, I'll see you later in 10 years. Bye-bye. Father of the year right there, man.
Well, at least he lets his son fly around in a spaceship.
His son wrecks the spaceship every time he flies.
Hey, look, I mean, Andonuts doesn't care. He's like, well, I'm sure he'll be okay. He knows how to fix it. But you'll notice that like during all the stutter and before